Well, hello there. I apologize in advance for my voice. I'm in the midst of a cold, and so I'm a little bit hoarse, but I wanted to go ahead and film this video about my Kate Spade Wellesley in black. This is the 2016 edition. I happen to be about 30 minutes from a Kate Spade outlet store. Where I live, the closest one is 3 hours away from me. But on Black Friday, I was visiting some family, and we were right by some outlets, so I decided to swing by, and they had exactly one of these left, and so I snatched it up just to see what all the fuss was about. And I really am loving it. I still love my Union Jack Filofax, but I'd noticed, especially using it in my black bag that I did my last video on, it was getting some marks on it, especially on the white. And so in an effort to preserve it and keep it looking good as long as possible, I decided to go ahead and switch into this for the winter for while I'm using my black bag. So let's get right into it, and I will show you what I've got inside. Just a quick word about the leather. It really is amazing. And what's great is I've been somewhat nervous about just throwing this in my bag, because that's what I like to do with planners, is not baby them, just they're tools meant to be used. And I was worried about marking up this one since they are generally so expensive. They retail for, I believe it's $165, maybe $169. I got this with a Black Friday sale for $50, so I was pretty excited about that price. Part of why I couldn't help picking it up. But I've been just throwing it in my bag. I talked to some other people, and they said they do the same, and after a couple of years, their leather still looks wonderful. So we'll see how it goes. So this is my wallet and my main planner. So in here, it's got one full pocket here that is my cash, and then I have my most used cards right here, as well as just a little butterfly paper clip, and I have all of my coupons for various things on this side. So that's the bulk of my wallet stuff. My dividers and my dashboard are all ones that I made from the crepe paper, the Maggie Holmes collection. I got this at Tuesday morning for a good deal, and I just loved the papers, so I went ahead and picked it up, even though I really don't need any more scrapbook paper. But it was pretty, and I went ahead and immediately made these dividers and just laminated them. And so I'm really liking having that extra level with it, because the Kate Spade does not come with dividers. At least the 2016 edition, or at least the one I got, did not have dividers. It does have all the inserts, but it does not have the dividers. So this is just a dashboard that I made from it with some sticky notes. This is usually where I write my grocery list. I still have, even though I have all these awesome pockets for my cards, I still do use my card holders from Filofax. These are two of these that I have taped together because I used it in my traveler's notebook, but then I also punched the holes so I can just stick it in here. I'm not going to go through it just because I do have some more personal information in there, but I do have some free ones now because of these other card slots, so I put a picture of my boys and some page flags and the like. So my first tab, this is the back of it, just to avoid showing personal information. My first tab is my monthlies. Now, I've been using the Pop Sugar free monthlies for 2015, and they really just seem so small. Wasn't a huge fan of just not being able to fit that much in them. So I knew I wanted to do something different for 2016, and I couldn't decide what. I loved the Kate Spade inserts that came with them, but they were the months and the weeks integrated together, and my brain doesn't work like that. I need to have all my monthlies in one section, all my weeklies in another. So what I did, and it took me a little while, is I went through and scanned all of the monthlies, and it took a while. I had to think through all of it in order to get them back in front the way that they needed to be. But I have all of 2016 in here now, and as you can see, they are just comparing them, much more writing space. The way they do that is that they put the weekends together just on one box. I don't love that, especially because when I'm working at a church, Sundays are one of my busiest days, but I'm currently staying home, and so for now, I'm thinking this is going to work for me, just because I don't have as much going on the weekends as I used to. So this is what I'm going to be using for 2016 for my monthlies, regardless of what planner I'm in. As long as I'm in a Filofax or any sort of ringed binder, this is what the inserts I believe I will be using for now. I'll update you if that changes. But yeah, for my monthlies, this is what I use for forward planning. So anything that's not going on in the current week goes in here, and it's all time-sensitive things. So I wouldn't put like water the plants or vacuum or any sort of task that needs to be done. It's appointments or things with my kids' school or birthdays, things that I will need to remember and then can transfer down into my weeklies. So let's go to the weeklies, which is my next section. And these inserts are from Growing Up Goddess. On Etsy, they're actually for the Traveler's Notebook personal size, but I decided to use them for I lose a little bit of writing space, you can see on a blank one. There's a little bit of writing space lost to punch the holes, but it fits because it's the same size. So this coming week, of course, I'm doing the Star Wars theme, even though we're not going to get to see it for a while because we don't have the money to shell out for what the tickets are going for at the moment. But you can see some of my past weeks. I do like to use stickers just because they're fun and because I'm a stay-at-home mom and so my to-dos are depressing sometimes, and so the stickers and such make it more fun to do. A lot of the stickers that I use I made myself. I also get a lot from One Orange Snowflake, which I will link down below. I love her stuff. So, in fact, the Star Wars ones are from One Orange Snowflake, and then some other ones that I've made myself. But I use the This Week box to make my own weekly chart of just things. Mostly it's cleaning, but also packing my kids' snacks and lunch for school. And my oldest, one of his jobs is to feed the goats, so I keep track for allowance purposes of how often he does it. It's not dated, these inserts, and so I do just write in the days, but that's not a big deal. In this way, it can be flexible, especially if I'm going from Traveler's Notebook to Filofax and back to Ring Binder and back. I don't lose any week because I can just do it as I pick up and drop off. So those are my weeklies. And then in the back, I have a top-loading envelope with these are some of the stickers that I've made that I use throughout the week to mark when I've had coffee or different errands and things that need to be done. Next tab is my to-dos, and these are the Kate Spade inserts for the to-dos. The paper for the Kate Spade is really divine. It is so thick. You can see here, this is using a Papermate Flare, which is usually a heavier writer, and it doesn't even shadow. There's not even any shadowing. So it's really, really nice, thick paper, and very cute too. Pretty minimalistic, but still manages to be cute. So these are just random to-dos. Most of my to-dos end up on my weeklies as my tasks assigned to a certain day, but this is just for things that need to be done at some point. That's one of my kids' Christmas lists in the back. And my next tab is expense tracking. It's not a science with me. I don't get every transaction, but I try just to keep an idea of where my money's going with this. One of my goals for the new year is to get a better budgeting system. I've been trying to do it for about 2 years now and not having much luck. But these are just the Filofax inserts that you can get. My next tab is my mood tracking. I found this meme on one of the groups, and it made me laugh so much I had to print it out and size it down to put it in my planner. I figured the mood tracking was probably the best place for it. So, for Hocus Pocus fans, hope you get a laugh from that. Mood tracking is something I just started doing in November. It's just something to give me an idea as to how I'm doing mood-wise. I've struggled with a mood disorder for many years now, and so this is just to give me an idea for how things are going. I rate each day on a scale of 1 to 10. It's not a normally weighted scale just because of the way my mind works and the way my moods go. So 5 is not an average day. An average day is more like a 7 or an 8. And then different criteria that may, either things I experience, things that may influence, like did I have caffeine, did I spend time outside and exercise that would might influence my mood. Just a good thing for me to help keep track of. I didn't show my other bookmark, and if you've watched my other videos, you've seen this before, but my trick to have transparent bookmarks is I use either, on my monthly, I used a bit of laminated paper that was a scrap, and cut a hole, put a paper clip through it, and my Tim Holtz tabs are now too tall to fit in the zipped binder, and so I just used a bit of washi on the monthly. This one is actually from Tim Holtz Overlays, and so this is a frosted one, and it's a bit thicker, but I got a pack of those for 99 cents at Tuesday morning, so I've been chopping them up for various things, but this is also a piece of washi that has words on it, obviously, and so I have that one in here, so that, and I put it on the page before so it doesn't interfere with my writing, and so I can just turn to that and have it open on the one I need to write on. So my last section is notes. This is, again, the Kate Spade paper. I also have some of the File Effects paper in here. It has some stuff already written from a meeting, but it's basically just anywhere so I have a place to jot down since I don't keep a notepad in the back of my planner in this one. There's also a secretarial pocket. I don't have anything in here currently, but if I have a check that I've written or something that I'm going to need imminently, then I'll sometimes stick it back here. And then there's an all other pen loop in which I have my Papermate flare. So that's how I have it all set up. Again, I'm really loving it. It works, it looks wonderful with the bag that I'm using at the moment, which is always a fun perk. And yeah, the leather is just great. I like the zip, especially since I'm using it as my wallet. It keeps everything contained. I don't have to worry about anything falling out. And it just feels sturdy. It feels good in my hands. It's a great size. I've always loved the personal size. So we'll see how long I stick with it. I'm hoping for a while. It definitely was a great deal. So be on the lookout. I think they're still around in some of the outlets. Of course, you can get them on the Facebook groups or on eBay, but be prepared to pay retail, if not above retail. And they have several other colors. This year, it's just the rose gold and the black, but past years have several other colors available. And some of the other blacks have different linings on the inside. So I'm new to Kate Spade. I don't know all the ins and outs, but I'm loving my Wellesley so far. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to have another video coming up. I'm still working on getting it set up. It's my school planner since I'm going back to grad school next fall. And so I'm currently using it for admissions process and also other academic sort of things that I'm doing in the moment. And so I'm still finishing my setup. It's going to be in a Kiki K yellow. So look forward to that. And I'll see you next time. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to see more. And have a great day. Bye.